Man, welcome back to the Fake Stuff Podcast. We are back at it again, talking about fake football, talking about real football, talking about gambling. We're 2 weeks in, headed into week 3 on that grind, and I love it. Crabman in the building. What's going on, big dog?
I just been enjoying the hell out of football being back. Watching it all day on Sundays. Had 2 Monday night games. Got to see a little bit of it. We on the East Coast. Did you stay up for that Chargers game the other night, or could you make it?
I was working, but if I wasn't, I would have watched it.
Yeah, I,
uh,
I wanted to see it. I'm kind of glad I didn't stay up because me and you had a close one, and like I'd have been waiting for another Keenan touchdown all night long, and probably would have went to sleep a little pissed off. I didn't, you
yeah.
know, couldn't get it. So, congrats though, Matt. You got me this time,
Yes,
but
sir.
I
Had
got you later this year. We gotta go again.
Hey, we had to sweat out a win. Yeah, I was going. I was running in like we're in a league in the Fake Stuff podcast or Fake Stuff Dynasty. We're in a league with a guy that I work with who works on the total opposite side of the building, and I drive this thing around. I was driving all the way to the front of the building, checking stats and checking scores, and then running all the way to the back of the building just to let the guy know what the score,
Uh,
what the lines are and stuff. But it's just yeah. So I would have watched that game just because I stay up all the time. But 10 o'clock for a Monday night game, that's crazy, bro. They can't. I feel like they ain't gonna do that no more.
I enjoyed that 7 o'clock though because it was like right when I got off work. I was like, oh shoot, football's on, and that game, Baker Mayfield, dude, that guy. He's on one. I know you seen the play where he act like he was hurt, and then somebody talked shit, and he hopped right up. He was like, "Okay,
uh, yeah, he was getting a little beat up that game, but then
dude,
they had,
yeah,
Tampa Bay did their thing, come out with the win, and then the Chargers came out with the win too. And yeah, good week. It was a good week, a better week for me. Hey, better week for the pod. I'll talk about it on that gambling episode. But started off terrible week 1, but week 2 bounced back in a big way. So I can't
yeah,
wait to grind it out on week 3, but right now, everything you need to know for week 3, me and the Craft Man are going to break it down. Fantasy football wise, gambling wise, everything you need to know. We starting it right here. Miami. Oh, well, you know what? I guess before I go, I should say, don't be a hoe. And share the show. And add and subscribe. Hey, sharing the show is the best way to grow the show. And we thank y'all for listening to every episode. We know some of y'all listen to every episode, so I just think it's funny, but I appreciate y'all. Craftman, anything you want to add to it?
Oh no, I think we're good. You covered it all. Hit that like button if you can, and it'll help us get a show out to more and more folks to see it, but or listen to it. But Matt, before we get going, I got to tell you about some trades that went down in my Yahoo league and another trade that just went down in my high school league. First trade, Levi, Bucks fan, obviously biased here. And Mecca Egbuka was involved in the trade straight up for Drake London.
Oh, my. Oh, yeah, that's Drake London easy for me, man.
I
But
said the same thing, but I mean, I got to thinking about it. I was like, if you had like Tyreek at the beginning of last year, it would have been crazy to trade Tyreek for like Brian Thomas or JSN or Malik Neighbors or something at the beginning.
yeah,
So I'll leave the door open that Igbuka can outscore him this year, but I just feel like I don't know how you can give up on somebody Drake London that easy, especially with the targets he's been getting. And they ain't
yeah.
amounted to much yet, but I don't know, man.
Oh, man, I wouldn't be worried about Drake London. I really thought you was going to say somebody like Nico or Brian Thomas Jr. or something like that, and then that would be tough, you know what I'm saying? With
AJ Brown.
yeah, Egbuka. AJ Brown, yeah, dude, that would
I
be
would rather
crazy.
have
Drake London,
Igbuka than AJ Brown.
me too, man. AJ Brown. I'm telling you, man, I've been thinking about it with the Eagles. I mean, I just feel like it's just gonna be run, run, run even more this year. Like they're not gonna shy away from it. So I don't know. Yeah, that one right there, that was tough. Was that the one you were saying was atrocious?
I mean, atrocious might not be the right word, but it was just like I just can't believe that that you come off of your first round pick that fast when nothing like the Falcons had a game where they were throwing the ball all around the yard, and then the next game they were running with Bijan every play. And
Right.
I don't know what the Falcons' identity truly is. I kind of think it's probably defense and run of the ball, but they're not going to be able to do that every week, and you know Penix going to have to air it out. And
Yeah.
you know, I, London's last 3 games last year, I don't think that was really indicative of what this season's going to be either. So,
Yeah. I mean, I think Drake London was just bad. I mean, he was questionable coming in the week 2, and people didn't even think. So I really thought at the beginning of the game they were just, not giving him the ball on purpose. You know what I'm saying? As the game went
yeah,
on, he started getting a few targets. So me personally, I think he was a little banged up because the first game he was getting a ton of targets, and so yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. I think maybe I think he might be a little down this next week too. We'll talk about it because they're going to play Carolina, and I imagine Bijan running all over them guys. So uh, he might, might be a little off
we'll
these couple weeks. So
we'll see. I mean, he had his massive game against Carolina, but we'll talk about that when we hit the game, though. I guess
true.
get into that.
All right. What about it? Wasn't there another trade, Craftman?
Oh yeah, 2 trades in my high school league. One just went down tonight, and I don't like this one either. I don't like Brees Hall, but J.K. Dobbins for Brees Hall, straight up.
Man, that's tough, man.
Yeah, I kind of
uh,
side with the Brees on that side a little bit, but
if I
and
yeah, if I had J.K. Dobbins, I would try to flip him for Brees. I feel like that's a good trade. Whoever did that,
yeah,
smart.
Coleman.
Oh man, shout out to Coleman, ugly
Yeah,
boy.
he's trying to make moves. He made another one, but it wasn't a big one. In redraft 1 QB, they don't really mean that much. And he lost Burrow, so he traded Harold Fannin for Caleb Williams. I mean, it's kind of
Yeah,
Williams ain't worth that much in a 1 QB, and
right.
Fannin, we'll see what that turns out to be. I told him I'd have gave him Penix though if he would have gave me Calvin Ridley,
Yeah.
but he said he don't want Penix. I don't blame him.
Oh man. All right then. Let's just drive. Let's just hop on. Let's just dive in. Week 3, me and Craftman been grinding along with the rest of the crew of the Fake Stuff podcast. So shout out to them guys. But Thursday night football is Miami and Buffalo. I got the spread at 11.5 right now. I know when me and Craftman was talking earlier, it was 12.5. So 11.5, 12.5 in that range right there. Listen, man, I've been calling for Miami's demise all year. So I would expect Buffalo to come out here and blow them out, but I don't really know what to think. Thursday night football. I'll kind of get into it a little bit on gambling, but Josh Allen don't really cover the spread a lot when he's up by double digits. But this game right here, just a blowout to me. But James Cook, your boy, everybody said he couldn't score touchdowns again for another year. He's going off doing his thing. So James Cook, I
Yeah,
mean, I feel like you got to be real high on James Cook all over the board this week. But what's your takes of this week, Craftman, or this Thursday night game?
I think they're playing in Buffalo. Buffalo's kind of I feel like they got I wouldn't say a chip on their shoulder, but I don't think this is going to be like a lay down spot for Buffalo where they're just gonna look ahead to the next one. Thursday nights are always kind of weird, but it's hard to think that Miami can even attempt to keep up. I have a feeling that if Miami gets on, Buffalo's 40 or even closer, if it's 4th and 5 or shorter, they're going for it every single time. I expect Miami to be like very aggressive in their play calling, but I don't think it's going to work. Miami's defense is just non-existent.
Yeah, they trash, bro.
Yeah,
Trash.
they are trash. And their offense ain't no good either. So, but this
They,
is kind of one of them spots that they trap your ass. I feel like.
yeah, I mean the public is heavily on Buffalo this week, but well, what about Dolphins guys? Well, I guess I should stay on the Buffalo side. Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid. How you
Yeah,
feeling about any of them guys? How about I guess Coleman specifically, but
I think Buffalo probably scores 3 or 4 times in this game. James Cook's going to get in the end zone most likely once or twice, and then you can kind of choose with your receivers. I feel like you can play all of them. But if you look on prospects, they're all sitting around the same numbers. Like they're in the 40s yards wise. So um, it's going to be who scores the touchdown. I feel like, and Keon would definitely be in the lineup. Shakir for a decent flex play. Joshua Palmer, if you're desperate. I mean, he's actually been halfway decent when they've. I think Josh Allen likes to throw it over there to Palmer too. So, and Kincaid, Kincaid is Kincaid. He hasn't really shown anything
He really hasn't.
much that we were expecting. So,
Yeah, Josh Allen had a big week 1. Yeah, a little different week 2. Not that he was playing bad or anything, but well, heck, I think I seen he broke his nose or something. I seen Trubisky
yeah,
come in there for a play or two. So, dude
he
might
got
have
to
been.
wear a visor this week for the first time. They were asking about it.
Oh man, that's crazy. But all right, what about the Dolphins side of the ball, man? You said it before the pod. A-Chain quietly doing his thing while everybody else sucks.
Yeah.
Is he the only player? I mean, Waddle had a decent game last week, but I mean, what are we thinking about the Miami Dolphins?
This offense is still figured out from last year. They just
Yeah,
can't get it right. I mean, the only thing that works for them is dumping it down to Achan. The big plays still ain't coming. Tyreek finally caught him a ball over, I don't know if it was 20 or 30 yards, but I heard a stat before last week that Tyreek hadn't had a 30-plus yard reception in a year, a full year. And this is Tyreek Hill we're talking about. So, this team just is bad
it's
all the way around. They
it's
really are.
done. It's done. It's a total implosion. Mike McDaniels will be gone this week. I don't really, or not
This
this week,
week?
but
Yeah.
nah, not this week. Well, I don't know. You never know. Buffalo come out
Probably
here and
not
bust
this
them
week.
up.
They're gonna
But
bust them up.
I don't really have much to say about Miami anymore. I've roasted on them enough. I've roasted on Mike McDaniels enough. You know where I stand. So I just expect Buffalo's all their offensive weapons. Most of them seem to be playable. James Cook looks like he's primed for a big week this week. I get really my only fears would be like Josh Allen, like they start blowing Miami out or something, and he doesn't get the fantasy production.
Like last week.
Right. So that would be like my only fears, something like that. But other than that, it's a full go with those guys. Anything you want to add to Miami and Buffalo?
Would you are you tempted to start like a Ray Davis or something in this spot? Like maybe DFS wise or something. Maybe they get up, Ray Davis gets in the end zone. Is there any kind of sneaky DFS type Malik Washington for Miami, something like that in this game?
I say, I mean, I do. I've always liked Malik Washington, but Ray Davis, I mean, definitely got to be on the radar a little bit. I feel like with Miami's rush defense and the way things are rolling, and if they start winning, and Ray Davis could see some work. So
I'm trying to
he's sneaky.
I'm trying to think who Miami plays. So JT had a good game against them in week 1. And Ramondre, he did okay, didn't he? I know he caught a bomb, like a 30-yard pass, looking like Travion out there.
Oh yeah,
Ramondre
he had a
going
good
off,
week.
but yeah.
Yeah,
So James Cook should be fine. His rushing line's at like 65.5 on Prize Picks. I feel like that's got to be a line that it almost looks too juicy. I'm wondering if they're thinking that they're going to split a lot of work or something because James Cook should easily get that.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I think look for a big James Cook week. That's my biggest takeaway. And then
Yeah.
probably look for A-Chain to keep doing his thing too.
Yeah, 10 targets last week. He'll keep getting them, especially in this game.
All right, let's slide it on over. Colts, Tennessee, Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
The fake stuff in our fake stuff dynasty league. Me and Noah Bubble Blower traded Daniel
I
Jones for a
know.
first, and everybody was saying it was a terrible trade. I was just cracking jokes probably an hour ago to somebody in the league, sitting in the living room and talking about y'all laughed at this man for trading for Daniel Jones. Now look at his ass. Like
I
Daniel
know.
Jones doing his thing. I will say this though. I feel like me and you were kind of on. Well, I know me and you were on board. Like if Daniel Jones at the beginning of the year was going to be the starter, the Colts were going to be a better football team than if Anthony Richardson was going to be the starter. We both agreed
Yeah.
on that. And so I want to give Daniel Jones a ton of credit. Like, if you think about it, he was with the Giants and he had like a quarterback six season one year, and then it went bad, and then he was gone. So it's like he might not be that bad at football. You know what I'm saying? He could be. And the Colts are looking all right, playing in a weak division. So I just want to say shout out to Daniel Jones. But I think the spread is like 4. I got it at 4. I seen it at 4.5. Tennessee looking all right too. Cam Ward, I seen him throw a crazy touchdown all the way
Yeah,
across the
across the
field. I was like, God damn.
his first touchdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I love me some Cam Ward too. But what's your takeaways for this game right here?
I still don't believe in the Colts, man. I still don't. I think they
Ah,
win this game, but there's something weird going on. Like they haven't punted the ball yet. In 2 games, they still haven't punted, and it's like it reminds me of the Saints last year at the beginning, where they were just beating the snot out of people for 2 weeks, and then maybe they get figured out a little bit. But I think I'll admit that I want to say in our division we had. I think I had the Colts dead last in the division.
yeah, I think
I,
I did too.
I don't know if that's going to be the case now, but it's kind of hard to see them keep doing what they're doing. But you can start pretty much everybody against Tennessee. I mean, Pittman, you can throw Downs in. Tyler Warren's obviously in. And Daniel Jones, you can play him.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not JT, obviously. Yeah, he's like the RB 3 or 4 this year. I mean, he's absolutely going off. And what do you think? How do you think this game goes, Matt?
I think. Mm,
At Tennessee.
I will be honest. I think Tennessee could cover. I will. I like them to. I like them. I know my man P Man Poor Miller sent me one, and he likes Tennessee to cover too. But I didn't know if that was because he
He
lives in
likes,
Tennessee.
yeah, I was about to say he likes. I feel like he's always trying to bet on Tennessee to do something.
But I mean, I'm with you though. I mean, the Colts could be fraudulent. The only thing I see as far as the whole season goes is their division's not that good, so they might not be that
No,
bad. But you're right. You could play all the Indianapolis Colts guys. Tyler Warren's been a beast so far. Another rookie tight end doing his thing. I mean, is this
yeah,
the third year in a row a rookie tight end is doing good? So have to change it. I have to change it up. I mean, I used to not want all these tight ends for a couple years and stuff, but I don't know. And I do want to say I feel like I was dead wrong about Tyler Warren because at first when he got drafted, I was thinking, man, he's dead to me, bro. Like I do not want Tyler Warren on my team with
yeah,
Anthony Richardson and those bums, but dead wrong at least through 2 weeks. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm wrong because he looks real good out there,
yeah.
and
He's good.
he's a beast. And all right, well, Titans, Cam Ward. What about your boy though? I picked him up in redraft this week.
Don't say it.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his name, or I would. How you know how to say it, crowd man?
I like Io Manor.
Io Manor. You know,
Yeah,
a little sneak, just a little stash piece. I just want to add on my team, just in case something pops off. You know what I'm saying? But I know you didn't like him when we did our rookie stuff at the
oh,
beginning of the
hey,
summer or whatever. So,
yeah.
uh,
I don't know. I don't know what it was out in Stanford. Maybe the sun was shining too bright in his eyes when he was trying to track the ball or something. But he looks a little different in Tennessee. He hadn't made
yeah,
any of them boneheaded looking looking plays yet for
right.
Tennessee. But as far as he goes, like it's hard enough for a rookie quarterback to, produce a good wide receiver like Calvin Ridley, a veteran receiver. But rookie on rookie action, it's probably even harder for Ioman.
Yeah,
Like if Ioman ended up being a good player and played for a different, not a rookie QB who's going to have his struggles, I would probably I picked him up too.
yeah,
I didn't want to, but I was like, man, he played like 100% of the snaps. He's getting targets, so
yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, I would look. What about how we feeling about Ridley so far? A couple down games. As far as like maybe, I would look for Ridley to bounce back a little bit. Like I haven't been playing him. I've had him in a couple spots, and I've been having him on my bench in all those spots. and I still feel okay about Calvin Ridley going on for this season. So I would look for him to bounce back these next couple of games. Oh, well, maybe not the next couple, but we got Colts, but then they got Houston, but then you got Arizona, Las Vegas, New England. You know,
Yeah,
there's a little stretch where I could see. I wouldn't just totally give up on Ridley yet, but
I'd trade for him probably.
yeah, I feel you. A little buy low, a little redraft buy low sitch. Um,
Yeah,
what else? What else you want to add to
Pollard.
these? Pollard, yeah,
And Pollard's been quietly doing really well as far as statistics go, but he hasn't gotten the end zone yet. But other than that, I mean, he's getting pretty much everything. Tajay Spears is probably going to be coming back pretty soon. But as far as Pollard goes, I mean, 2 weeks, 60 rushing yards, and 92 last week with 20 carries. So he's sitting at 67 and a half on Prize Picks this week, and I feel like he's just you got to play him every single week.
yeah. No, I agree. I'm with you.
And those are bad matchups. You got the Broncos and the Rams back to back. Like you said,
Yeah,
it gets a little easier from here on out. So Pollard probably a trade for candidate too.
I agree. All right, let's slide it over. Falcons, Carolina at Carolina. Falcons coming off a win.
Yeah,
Carolina coming off a heck. I can't even remember what Carolina a loss, but they had some
they
garbage, a lot of
tried.
garbage time. Yeah. Um, listen, I would expect the Falcons to come out here and win. That would be my first take. But Penix, here's my real take. I think the Falcons are going to run the ball a lot. I think they were trying to do that last week, and I would do that. I would give Bijan. Sometimes you know what kills me about the Falcons is on like 3rd and 1, we take Bijan out and we'll put Algier in, and we don't get it, and we don't even consider going for it on 4th down. Like I don't know, like to me the Falcons do some dumbass shit, but I would look the Falcons to come out here and handle business. Bijan's got to be a big play. Algier's probably going to be involved. I look for the running game to you know, to do well. And I look for Drake London to maybe kind of have another down week because me personally, I think he's a little banged up, and I think the Falcons kind of don't want to use him until crunch time. That's how I felt they used him last week versus the Vikings. So I just think Penix, he could be in your lineup in super flex leagues, I guess, obviously, but like maybe not obviously because I'm thinking about benching him this week for Indiana Jones. So I don't know.
I probably would.
This game's pretty straightforward for me. Falcons are going to win, I hope. And then, what about Kyle Pitts, though? I mean, he's been getting a little work. He's not as totally useless as he's been in the past. I still don't think he looks that good, though. Even when he catches the ball, I'm thinking, that dude don't even – I don't know what's up with that guy. Like, he used to not look like that. But, what you think about the Falcons? Or anything about this game?
I think Atlanta should win. I give them like 80%, but this is a game that the Falcons lose somehow.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, but they go out and they win in Minnesota on the road. They come back, go into Carolina. Nobody believes in Carolina. I don't know how Carolina wins. Bryce Young looks like crap. Ted McMillan looks good, but for some reason,
He's a beast.
this is just one of them games that I can see Carolina pulling it out, but Carolina looks pretty terrible so far this year. And Chuba, he's getting receiving touchdowns in garbage time every single week, kind of bailing you out. But Chuba's their best player, other than maybe McMillan. And it's Chuba and McMillan for me. Everybody else can go on somewhere. And I do want to say something like weird about Carolina. Their rush defense is awful, but was it Jimmy Horn? Is that their cornerback that got paid?
Yeah.
So Brian Thomas in week 1, 11 yards. Marvin Harrison last week, nothing. I mean, I might be with you for Drake London. Maybe they got one good player on defense that can lock down number 1 receivers, and you can attack them with their tight end and running backs. So, Pitts should have a good day, and Bijan for sure. I would not be wanting to play against Bijan this week.
Nah, I would expect McMillan to have a good day too. I really don't have that much faith in Falcons defense like that. Yeah, I just think J.J. McCarthy was bad last week and possibly hurt. I mean, I know he's out for a few weeks, but McMillan. I had a sit question today. Would you start McMillan or Marv? I said McMillan with ease, bro. McMillan is
Yeah,
that guy, and
Marvin's not.
Marvin is not. And I don't even think it's a totally a Kyler Murray thing 100% because Trey McBride still be doing his thing. So I, I don't know. I just think
Mm-mm.
like well, we'll talk about that, I guess. But yeah, McMillan, bad man. I mean, you was down on him, but you didn't like McMillan like that, Kraft man. But that boy McMillan looking good right now.
He's he's it. He's it. Well, Adam Thielen left, man. That was it. Opened
Yeah.
it up like the seas parted when Adam Thielen left, and it was like, oh, it's all McMillan. But yeah, McMillan's good. I was never down on the talent. I
Shit.
just didn't believe in Bryce
You
Young.
don't like the Panthers, bro.
No, I don't, and I still don't believe in Bryce Young.
Hey, well, if the Panthers are going to be in a lot of garbage time situations, I feel like McMillan will probably have some success for his rookie year. I don't know how much garbage time it'll be this year because the Falcons, even if they win, they ain't blowing nobody out. So, all right, Crabman, you ready to slide? You got something to say?
I'm good on that over under 43.5 for that game. I'm personally taking the Panthers plus 5.5 in this
Yep.
one.
I,
Are you with that?
I think I'm with you. I don't know if I'm going to place it, but I'm definitely with you. Vegas, Washington. I think the thing that's up in the air with Washington is Jaden Daniels going to play. And me and you talked about it before the pod when we was just discussing. A lot of lines aren't fully out because I think people are just waiting on news to what the heck's going to happen with Daniels this week, and
Yeah.
that's really just the main narrative of the story to me. Is like what's going to happen with Daniels so we can figure out what to do with these players. But what you think about it, Kraft?
Yeah, they got Commanders at minus 3.5. So I guess Vegas expects Daniels to get out there unless you think Washington wins this game with Mariota back there? Probably.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Vegas ain't that bad. I just think Geno was terrible last week, but it could just be the Chargers' defense is good. So, it's tough to say. I mean, when it comes to gambling, the line's at 3.5, right? And I was thinking
Yeah.
about maybe putting money on Vegas and trying to catch on it early, just in case Daniels don't play that, because that line will switch up a whole lot. Uh,
Yeah.
it's just tough. It's just tough to even think about this game, really, because you just don't know. Just because of one player's uncertainty, you just don't know what to think about any of these guys. But what do you think about Washington's? Who are we playing from Washington?
I guess you got to play Bill, even though
Yeah.
Vegas in their 2 weeks against running backs have been intense. I mean, Hampton didn't do anything, and they played New England week 1. I think Ramondre had like 10 carries for 10 yards or something, and they couldn't get nothing going on the ground either. So I guess you could play old Krosky. He's the number 1 running back over there, so you might as well. But I don't expect big things. Without Jaden, if Jaden don't play, I'm not real confident in anybody except for probably Debo.
Yeah. Nope. I agree 100%. As far as Vegas goes, what do we think about Genty? I would just tell everybody that this is what I would say. I think you're crazy for drafting him in the first round because I wouldn't have done that. But I think everybody needs to relax because I think it's just what rookies do. Like, ain't not
Yeah,
really many rookies are gonna come out here and just start popping off right from the jump, winning your fantasy games. So I don't really have no worries about Genty like that. I just want to get that out there. But Jacoby Myers I feel like he's always in play, and heck, I'm just trying to think. Oh, Brock Bowers. I don't even know why I'm gonna not say his name.
yeah.
Brock Bowers is clearly always in play. But what you think?
Like you said, it's hard. It's hard without Jaden Gunn there. Well, if we know if he's playing or not, but I'm kind of with you to place the money on Vegas right now, and maybe Jaden don't play this game. I mean, he's a little beat up, sprained knee. So sounds like if I had to guess, I don't think Jaden plays this week.
I agree.
But I mean, might be wrong about that. But
I
I do have to say one thing about Genty. 2 running backs. See if you can name them. One's Genty, He's averaging 2.5 yards per carry. Who's the other worst running back yards per carry wise this season? Got drafted about the second round this year.
Damn, is it Hampton?
Chase Brown,
Chase
2.6 yards per carry.
Oh,
Yeah.
sheesh! I did not know that. I know he was having a rough go, but I didn't know it was like that.
Genty's just as bad. I mean, Genty's been having a hard time too.
Yeah. All right, let's slide it. Green Bay, your Packers versus Cleveland, and I got the spread at 7.5. I know my man, poor man P. Billy, caught Cleveland plus 8.5 to cover versus Green Bay, and he loves Green Bay. And
Yeah.
look, look, I got the over and under sitting at 41.5. Like my initial thought was maybe the under would hit in a game like this. Both real good defenses. I know the
Playing
Green
in
Bay has
Cleveland.
playing in Cleveland. Green Bay does have the ability to score a lot of points. I don't know about Cleveland this week though. I don't really think they're going to be scoring a lot of points versus Green Bay. I do think Joe Flacco will get back there and throw 50 passes or whatever. And
Again.
yeah, so I don't know. I imagine this game kind of being a grind. I look for Green Bay to, do what they do, win, get the win. That's what you got to do. But I looking for it to be a little grind. What you want to say about your Packers though?
Um, I kind of think Cleveland's defense is a little fluky. I mean, they gave up a lot of points to Baltimore. Baltimore went out there and kind of did whatever they wanted. And the first week they played against the Bengals, who always come out super slow. They looked terrible against the Jags when Burrow was in. They couldn't get anything going. So, I mean, if you can stop Myles Garrett from wrecking the whole entire game, which I feel like our offensive line is going to be able to handle him halfway decent. The Green Bay is not losing this game, and I think we cover 7.5. We can score at will when we want to. The only thing that I could say Cleveland covered, this isn't really a division game. It's not a game where like these two teams hate one another or anything like that. So, if Green Bay gets up, they're not going to be just laying it on them the whole entire time.
Yeah,
But Cleveland just saying they're not going to be able to score. And
yeah,
we took Flacco last week in Prize Picks for just one touchdown pass at 0.5. And luckily for you that beat me, Cedric Tillman caught that touchdown pass, and it shouldn't
yeah,
even been a touchdown. So Cleveland gonna have a hard time getting on the board. Period.
yeah. Green Bay gonna handle business. Josh Jacobs always in play. Packers, Tucker Kraft always in play. Maybe I was thinking about Tucker Kraft where he stands dynasty wise. That dude's like, I mean, damn, he might be he might be top five tight end dynasty wise, Kraft man. But as far as wide receivers go, I feel like they're all in play. Uh, Romeo Dobbs, that's like that perfect player you pick off the waiver. If you really need somebody, you might as well go pick up Romeo Dobbs because he's on the field. He's gonna get some targets, and he's probably gonna, catch 3 or 4 balls and score a touchdown. But uh,
Not this week. He scored a touchdown last week. I
yeah,
I put it in. He scored a touchdown last week. I told Noah before the game. I said it's a Dobbs touchdown game. This game, this game obviously Wicks is getting in. So you throw Wicks in your little demon touchdown thing. Wicks will find his way in. Tucker Kraft's gonna score. Jacobs will score. We kick a field goal. We win 24-17.
I'm not playing any. I've picked up some Cleveland receiver. Like I played Cedric Tillman the first 2 weeks. I'm not playing him this week. And what about Judkins though? I mean, what's the word on him right now? I seen he had a good run in garbage time, but I think people are starting to get a little excited about him. The question is though, would you trust it enough to put him in your lineup? I guess
I'm
it just
not
depends on who
putting.
you got. But
Yeah, it would have to. Like I would rather start Tyler Algier over Judkins against Carolina. He'll probably get in the end zone against Carolina. But Judkins, he's at 43.5 on Prize Picks. Rushing, I don't know if he gets that, but um, this team just gonna have to throw the ball a lot, and I just don't. I'd wait on Judkins at least one more week. Give him one more week, and then you might have a starter the rest of the season. But they're still going to be splitting work a little bit in that backfield for now.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's slide it on over. Cincinnati versus Minnesota. Look, I like this line because Minnesota's favored by 3. And I don't think Cincinnati's going to be that bad with Jake Brown. So this is just one kind of line that well, I'll put it like this: Browning is not one of those backups that are just like you're going to lose. You know what I'm saying? But two backup quarterbacks in this game. I kind of like the line for Cincinnati on this one at +3, but I'll think about that one. But I mean, how do we feel about these Bengals? I mean, are you
Two and
worried
zero.
about Jamar Chase? Yeah, 2-0. But are we worried about these guys? Like, are we worried about Chase Brown? Are we worried about Jamar Chase?
Everybody takes a step back, but you still play. You still play all of them. Like you said, Jake Brown is not. He's not terrible. He's sufficient enough for Jamar Chase to have a good season. And the year that he played most of the season with Jake Brown, and 2 years ago, Jamar Chase was the wide receiver 13 on the season. So he's still just fine, but he's not the number one guy that expected him to be when you drafted him. And T. Higgins, sure. I don't know what you think about Higgins. Just rest of the season for T. Higgins.
I'm a little down. I'm a little down on T. Higgins, but I don't think I would be. I don't know if I'm really that worried about Jamar Chase like that. I mean, I know he had success last week with Browning. I don't know, man. I just don't view Browning as like a pathetic backup quarterback. I
Yeah,
believe he could probably start over some of these for some of these franchises out there. So I think Jamar maybe the big play won't be there, but man, he's gonna get a lot of targets and gonna get a lot of catches, and you know
yeah.
I'm not totally worried about him all
I'm
the
hoping
way.
Chase Brown gets some more checkdowns and some more receptions because the first 2 weeks it hasn't been what I expected out of him. But
Yeah,
Joe Burrow did not. They didn't look right on offense at all. The offensive line there is so bad. I still think Minnesota wins. Mainly because of the offensive line for Cincinnati. And as far as Minnesota goes, Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones is on IR. Jordan Mason probably smash play in this week.
full go, man. If you have him on your team, you got to find some way to get him in your lineup.
Yeah,
Have to.
I feel like he's definitely getting in the end zone. But I'm kind of anxious to see like. I know McCarthy's got to be their guy, right? But what happens? Carson Wentz comes in there and just runs this offense like Darnold was last year. It's got
That'd be
they got to
crazy,
be.
bro.
It's still got to be McCarthy, right? Like later on when he comes
I
back.
feel like it. Oh man, no, I feel like Minnesota has no choice. Like, you got to go McCarthy. You spent that draft capital on him and got rid of Sam Darnold, who was 14-3 last week. You got no choice. He'll be back in the lineup right when he's healthy. I feel like.
Well, I gotta
Yeah,
ask
you're
you.
right.
I gotta ask you, DFS wise. You know these backups are gonna be cheap in your FanDuel and your DraftKings. What backup quarterback do you like this week? You got Browning and Wentz. You got Mac Jones again. Who's the other one? Maybe Mariota plays.
I'd
I
probably
feel like
like
someone, but
I'd probably like Mac Jones the
oh,
best of them
Tyrod
all.
Taylor.
I ain't feeling Tyrod. I'd probably roll with Mac Jones, and I wouldn't feel too bad about Browning. Uh, I
Atlanta
don't.
couldn't get nothing going against Minnesota last week,
Right.
except for that run game. But they did, they they did hold them to field goals the entire game. So what did Atlanta
Yeah.
score last week? With like 16 or something? Or
I. Yeah. I can't even remember, but I do know that everybody was getting mad because a lot of people like to place bets on first touchdown. First touchdown, and that first touchdown didn't come till like I don't even know third quarter, and it was Tyler Algier. So I just think it was hilarious. Like people were getting so mad about it, and I just think it's funny because I don't ever do first
you don't
touchdown,
do the
first
first touchdown
quarter bets.
bets.
I don't ever do them, but a lot of people like to do them all the time. So I just think it's funny that people were getting so mad about it. But yeah, I mean, hey, anything you want to add? You worried about Justin Jefferson? I'd be worried about Justin Jefferson, even with JJ McCarthy. I worry about Justin Jefferson. So
Where does he slot in rest of the year? Like let's think of a couple players. So we already said Igbuka. You're definitely not doing nothing like that, right? Jefferson, Igbuka.
I can't.
What about Neighbors?
I'd do Neighbors over Jefferson, even against the Chiefs.
No, I'm saying year long, year long.
Yeah, I'll take Neighbors over. Yeah, I'll take Neighbors over Jefferson.
Let's see. Um, JSN, probably a good name.
I, man, that's tough, bro. JSN is doing his thing, and we doubted that, man. I don't know, man. That was tough, Kraft, man.
And one more. You definitely rather have Puka and CD. Probably, I definitely would. One guy I was going to ask, where's he at? Oh, what about Devontae Adams or Justin Jefferson?
Man, I guess I'll do Justin Jefferson, but damn, I don't know. I mean, Devontae Adams had a lot of targets last week, scored a touchdown. Kind of
I
like
don't.
what I was thinking.
I don't know if we should freak out that much about Jefferson yet.
Yeah, because I was last year, and you know he did
Yeah,
his thing.
and I
Plus, my
was. I might be a year late on that one, man, because I was we were so down on Jefferson last year, and
we
then
really was.
they tricked us. It was like this Minnesota team; they can just put anybody at quarterback and they'll be good. And
Right.
not through the first 2 weeks, they can't.
Nah. All right, then let's slide. This is a good game right here. This is
Oh
one that
yeah,
I kind of can't wait for. Rams, Phillies, not Phillies. Rams, Eagles.
yeah.
And the line is 3.5. Eagles minus 3.5. You know I don't like lines like that, so I'll be looking at the Rams plus 3.5. But what do we think about all our guys? Everybody's in play. Devontae Adams, Puka Nakua, Kyron Williams,
Rams are easy.
Saquon. Everybody's in the game. All right, but what say you, Crab Man? What you think about the game?
I'm gonna keep riding this Philly train, man.
Yeah,
I don't think they haven't even been playing good football, in my opinion. But they find a way to win with Hurts not even throwing for 150 yards. So it's just hard to bet against the Eagles. They haven't. I think Jalen Hurts, when he's started and finished the game, he's 16-0 in his last 16 games. So it's very hard to say that the Rams are going to come in here. If it was in LA, I might have a different opinion, but I think the Eagles come out here and it's going to be a tough game, but they're going to win.
yeah, I agree, and I think I would be totally worried about. Or I ain't gonna say totally worried, but I just don't feel good playing Philadelphia wide receivers, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, because I've stayed on it, man. I've been on it the whole time. I think Jalen Hurts, even when he drops back to pass, the dude's taking off, bro. He's gonna go. He's gonna score. So I love the
Yeah.
running game. I do not like the receivers.
But do you have to play him? Is AJ Brown just close your eyes and put him in your lineup and just hope for the best? New offensive
Man,
coordinator
I
this
don't
year
know,
too.
man.
Kellen Moore is over with the Saints now, so I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I feel like you got to play AJ Brown. You drafted him in the second round, but I don't know,
Oh
man.
man.
I feel really bad about it. I feel really bad about it. That's all I'm saying. And I ain't gonna feel better about it because they keep winning. It ain't like they struggling. You know what I'm saying? They're winning football games. That's all they care about. So
If
I don't
you
like it.
if you had if you had AJ Brown, would you be looking to go? Would you be looking to try to ship him off, or if you didn't have him, would you be looking to go try and get him?
Look, man, I got an offer on in my inbox thing right now for with AJ Brown involved, and I think most of the time, maybe 2 weeks ago, I'd probably hit the accept button, but I just don't know if I could do it, man. I don't think I could do it.
What is it?
I'm really down on AJ Brown. I mean, it's a few pieces of stuff, and it's got Waddle involved, and it's got AJ Brown involved, and I'd be getting AJ Brown, but it's just like, man, I don't like none of them, man. I don't know, man. I just don't feel good about AJ Brown. I think dynasty wise, we're seeing unless that dude gets moved somewhere. I
He
mean,
ain't going
it's
nowhere.
he's dropping, bro. He's dropping way in dynasty rankings after this season. Has to.
he might just be, accepting the fate that they're just going to win games a different way, and he's not going to be blowing
Yeah,
up on the sidelines because it looks bad when you're winning games and you're bitching
yeah,
about getting the ball. So he got his money.
yeah.
Maybe now he probably just go out there and win games. However, they're gonna have to win games.
All right, man. Anything else you want to add to this game?
Nah, it's gonna be a good one though.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. It's gonna be one of my favorite ones. Pitt versus New England. Listen, I like the line on this because New England's home underdogs. I love me a good home underdog, and I personally just don't think Pittsburgh's that good. I mean, I know they probably should have won. Caleb Johnson did some dumb shit on the kickoff or whatever, but listen, man, I just don't know about Pittsburgh. I just think Pittsburgh's defense is probably not all that good deep down. Like them guys, I don't even know, man. Like JJ Watt got paid all that money. That dude ain't recorded a sack in like 9 games or something like that, and
T.J. Watt hadn't had a
T
sack in 9 games.
something like that. And then Jalen Ramsey, I don't know. I just think Pittsburgh is. I'm kind of. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to think about him, but. Jalen Warren's having a good year. I mean, I got him on my teams in tank. I got him on tanking teams, fucking me up because he's having solid weeks. And I was just thinking, I said, give it. I'm playing Jalen Warren in my lineup. He's having a solid year. Metcalf's, doing what he does. He ain't great, but
Hey, yeah.
he's solid. I don't know. I just don't know really what to think about this game too much. I don't really like most of the fantasy options in this game are probably something I'd most likely stay away from.
I'm on Pittsburgh in this game. I have a hard time thinking that New England is going to beat Mike Tomlin, and this is a game that's going to be ugly. And Pittsburgh just kind of figures out a way to come out on top, I think. And like last week, they did lose to Seattle, but there was some fluky shit in that game. Like you said, the Caleb Johnson thing, the drive before that, Rodgers threw a great. I mean, it was a great ball in the back corner of the end zone. Freiermuth was like only where he could catch it, and Calvin Austin just happened to be there and jump in front of him, knock the ball up in the air for an interception. So, I mean, that was a scoring play that Pittsburgh couldn't get back. So, I think Pittsburgh's been looking pretty decent on offense the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm not giving New England anything for beating Miami. They struggled
Yeah, I'm about
against
to say
Miami.
they definitely struggled to stop him. I mean, that game was a little high scoring, but Ramondre had him a game. Henderson didn't have a good game this last week. I don't think anybody should be freaking out about that. But
Yeah.
Ramondre is definitely part of the offense. I know everybody wanted Henderson to just take over and just dominate, but Ramondre still did. He did get paid a couple last year, the year before, and so he's definitely part of the New England's plans at least for this year. So, and Ramondre did fine. So, Ramondre's in your lineup for sure. And who else we got out there? I'm trying to think of these receivers for New England. I don't even know them.
Diggs and Stephon Diggs and Kayshon Boutte. You don't know Kayshon Boutte? You didn't see him score a touchdown on your team last week? Caught one ball for 16 yards and a touchdown.
I saw that. I said, God dang. I was mad as hell. I was like, man, of course.
Like right away, too.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just like I said. I'm just kind of staying away from most fantasy options. Like, I'm playing Metcalf.
Drake May, you could probably play him.
And Ramondre. But other than that, it's not too much for me to say about it.
What's the over-under on this game? 44?
44
Man, 44 and a half. What do you think about that? I know Pittsburgh's defense has been pretty bad. You like the
Yeah.
Does anything stick out on that?
I'd say the over. The over
Oh.
probably will hit on that one, in my opinion. I mean,
Man, me and you both on this game. We're off. You got New England, I got Pitt. I got the under, you got the over.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't really care. I mean, I would. This game doesn't intrigue me at all. Like, I don't care about Pittsburgh and New England, and I don't really care about too many of the options out there to play in your fantasy spots. So,
Does
there's
Caleb Johnson get more than one carry in this? Can you drop Caleb Johnson in redraft?
I personally wouldn't, just because he's a rookie running back. Like, I feel like me and you were both saying he ain't gonna do nothing at first. I feel like we're kind of on track with that one. So,
Well,
I don't
we
know.
didn't expect this.
No,
When we said
I'll say
nothing,
that.
When we said nothing, we didn't think this.
Yeah, I didn't think absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Negative. Negative.
oh man. All right, well let's slide into the next one. New York Jets, Tampa Bay. I was looking at this one. The spread's -6.5, and Justin Fields is questionable. I was thinking I might go ahead and lock that one in. Tampa Bay -6.5, and think Fields might not play. But I don't know. I haven't really read
He's
any of the
out.
reports. He's out, and the line's at 6.5.
Is Tyrod Taylor that much worse than Justin Fields?
I mean, at least the Jets have a chance to explode or something, you know. But heck, I mean, I tell you what, Garrett, I don't feel good about Garrett Wilson, and I don't feel good about the Jets this week. I mean,
What about
maybe if
Breeze?
I was about to
What
say
about Breeze catching the ball, just
he'd be
receiving?
he'd be my main guy. That's your main play for the Jets right there. Is the Jets or is Brees? Other than that, I mean, you got to play Garrett Wilson. Like, I'm playing Garrett Wilson. I got no choice, but I ain't feeling good about it.
You can't run against Tampa. Ask Bijan.
Yeah.
And Nick Chubb, you can ask him too, but I think Nick Chubb's touchdown at the end of the game, I think Tampa let him have that. I think that was one of them plays where it was let them score and we'll get the ball back
Yeah.
and win the game. So Tampa can shut down the run. So I don't expect Brees to get a lot on the ground, but as far as receiving goes, he's at 20.5 on Prize Picks. I wouldn't mind hitting that. Tyrod might dump it down to him a couple times, but yeah, Bucks are. Even going back to last year, wasn't the Bucks like your probably the best team to bet on last year?
Yeah. I'm thinking about smashing them again this week, man.
They got it for me last week, so they're 2-0, 2 road wins, going home for their first game against the Jets. Like, yeah, I think Tampa comes out there and tears their asses up.
I was about to say they probably about to smack them dudes. All right,
Watch the
man.
Jets win.
You never know in the NFL. Anything you want to add to this game?
I like this. This is one that I like at 6.5.
Yeah, I agree.
If it was 7.5, that would be tough. But I think you might want to go ahead and get this at 6.5 if you can.
I agree, 100%. I'm thinking about locking it in right now. What about this game right here, though, crowd man? Houston and Jacksonville, big game for the division.
You like this one,
I
don't
can't
you?
wait.
Houston and
I
Jacksonville.
do like this one. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say the thing with Jacksonville is I was kind of reading up on them and I watched bits and pieces of it, and as far as Jacksonville goes, them dude, as far as like Brian Thomas Jr. goes, that dude right there has to be hurt. Has to be. I know they're saying he's dealing with a wrist injury, but I just don't know how that dude can do such a 180 from last year to this year. Like that dude, I mean, I was listening to the Ballers, you know, and they were pretty much pointing out that you could pretty much put the blame on Brian Thomas Jr. in this game for losing this football game at spots, key drops, and stuff like that.
At Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati last week. So, I mean, I don't really know what to think about Jacksonville as far as I just think they're trash. No, I'm just kidding. I ain't going to say that, but I don't really like Houston either. But I just like this. This game intrigues me. How about that? That's what I'll say.
I want to know where you're going with this one because I'm on Houston in this game.
I cannot put no. That O line's the worst O line.
Their defense is so good though. Their defense is, really good.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna sleep on this one right here because Jacksonville's favored by 2 at home. I don't really think Jacksonville looked that bad last week versus Cincinnati. But it was Cincinnati.
Do you have? Can you tell on your side if Houston's hit the over yet on any of them games? Because I know coming into last week, I remember saying about Houston and Tampa that game was going to be lower scoring game. It didn't start off like that. I thought I was dead wrong in the first quarter, but it slowed down. But Houston, their games hadn't hit the over yet, have they?
I don't think so. Who they play week 1? I can't even remember who they played week 1. Slipping my mind. But it'll be all right. Yeah, this one's at -2 under over and unders at 44.5. This one right here is a big game as far as division goes. Like where is this division gonna head? I feel like this one's a good one to start off with because as far as like real football goes, I don't really like none of these teams like that. And as gambling wise, I don't trust none of these teams to. I look for Jacksonville to win though.
Maybe they are favored by 1.5. It's almost a
It's
pick 'em, but I just side with
yeah,
defense, and I kind of feel like the Houston their biggest problem is their O line, and this is a team where you know the O line might not show how bad it really is because Jacksonville's not really a team that's going to get a whole lot of pressure, and
yeah,
Stroud might have a little bit more time to throw the ball this week. Nico might have a big game,
maybe,
bigger,
maybe. Tough
bigger.
one. It's a tough one, man. This game's it's a good game, and I can't wait. But I think this game will give us an indicator of what maybe is going to go on for the rest of the season. That's pretty much how I see it. That's why I'm just kind of excited about it. Can't wait to watch it.
Houston 0-2 coming in too. You think they're gonna start 0-3?
I think they trash. I don't even think C.J. Stroud's all that, man. I thought he was real good his rookie year, but these NFL
He's
teams,
inaccurate. He's not accurate.
these NFL teams have to think about heavily investing in their O lines. I don't really understand that. It really should be like the most important thing you do is get that O line fixed. There's no way you should be trotting out an O line like Houston does every week. You can't do it, man. And
No,
especially and what kills me is like if I was a Houston fan and I like Higgins and I like Noel and all them, but why draft those guys like that when you got an O line that looks like that? You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff that Falcons do that frustrate me. Like I don't like those kind of moves, but I don't know. Just just a little philosophy talk, I guess. If I was to be a GM, I'd go invest in the O line for sure.
that's what they're gonna have to do. They're gonna have to retool the whole entire thing.
You have no choice. You have no
Yeah,
choice.
yeah.
All right, man. Denver. This is another one.
This is a good
I
game.
feel like,
I like this one.
hey, this. I feel like this week's a hard week to gamble on, but when you look at some of these matchups, there's some good games. Chargers and Denver. I mean, my eyes are gonna be like this for this game, dude. I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Yeah.
Cause I like the Chargers. I've kind of been on the Chargers a little. I picked them to win the division, and I think Justin Herbert looks great. I think Jim Harbaugh's switched it up there. Like it's just it's amazing what you do when you can get a coach up in there and change the culture and switch it up because the defense could be good. Their Chargers defense could be good this year. My man QJ. I just want to shout out to the craft, man. We're going to keep tooting our horns every day about QJ for people wanting third rounders over QJ.
I know. He still hadn't
Crazy.
seen our lineup yet, man. We're gonna have to figure out a way to get him in there. I mean, maybe
Uh,
maybe Nico has to go out back. We put
oh,
QJ in
man.
that thing.
Oh, that's a tough one right there, Craft, man. I feel sick to my stomach doing that shit, man.
Maybe not this week against Denver, but if Nico keeps shitting a brick,
Yeah.
Nico's really had one catch. That's it. The touchdown last week. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
How do we think this game goes? Because my mind, my initial thought is Chargers will win the game, but the spread's at 3, and a lot of the public's on Chargers, so that being the poor man P Miller, when we see that kind of stuff, makes me want to go Denver. I don't think Denver's sorry, but I know they're beat up a little bit, and just lost to the Colts, so maybe Denver might not be as good this football season. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's talking about sophomore slumps and stuff, but nobody really talked about Bo Nix possibly having one. Maybe they lose more games than people would think this year. Um, I guess Chargers wise, like our it's Q. We pretty much discussed it. Q just possibly in your lineups if you need them. And then who am I missing, crap, man? I know I missed a lot of players, but
I mean, you got McConkey. He's in. Keenan's in. Hampton, he's probably the main one that we probably talk about. Like, I think I'm at the point if your team is decent enough, I would just go ahead and miss the first pop-off game for Hampton.
yeah,
I just got to see it first. Like, you're probably going to miss it when he does go off, but I would try to trade for him, along with all the rookie running backs, really. Genty, Hampton, Henderson. like you said, they kind of start off slow, and I think they'll get it going. But um, yeah, if I could find a way to get Hampton out, I probably would out of the lineup. But I'm on the Chargers.
Yeah,
I'm on the Chargers too. I got it at 2.5 on ESPN bet. So
I like the money line too. If you don't even want to deal with the spread, I would just expect the Chargers to win the football game. You know what I'm saying? And if you're getting them at 2.5, see, like my money line's at -150. You're probably catching them at like 140 or something or like that. I would expect
120.
120. Like man, smash that shit, man. I need to start getting
Oh,
on all
oh,
these
my bad.
platforms.
My bad. That
What's the
was
money
a
line?
spread. The money line's 145 -145.
Yeah, so some good value. I think the Chargers win. I think the Chargers take care of business. I think the Chargers are buttoned up to where I feel comfortable betting on them all the
I,
time. You know what I'm saying?
there's some teams that I feel like at the beginning of the year you just got to keep taking advantage of how good they are before people start realizing how good they really are. And I think the Chargers are like top 5 team in the NFL.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
I'm gonna take the Chargers. I'm gonna keep taking the Chargers until they show me otherwise. I mean, they killed the Raiders, and the Raiders that was like a 3.5 spread last week, and it wasn't even close.
What about Denver players on that side of the ball? Dobbins, he is in my lineup in a couple spots, flex spots, and
Sutton
heck,
and Franklin.
yeah, Sutton, So Franklin's in. You got him in like that?
I no, I'd pick him up like if he's out there. 9 targets last week, but Denver's weird. Marvin Mims
Yeah,
might get more playing time this week. And Sean Payton, I don't really trust the Franklin thing yet. It might just been the game plan of
me
last
neither.
week, but I trust Sutton in the game.
Yeah, I agree. He had a rough go at it last week, but nothing really to worry about too much. But yeah, can't wait to watch this one. This one might be,
Game of the week.
yeah, might be the main one that I'm looking forward to, man. I'll tell you one that I ain't looking forward to though. I don't really care about this one that much. New Orleans, Seattle. Listen, I mean, me and you already on it. I hope other people are starting to get on it too. Jawan Johnson's probably got to be in your lineup unless you got some good ass tied in on your team. Like you got like Tucker Craft or somebody on your team. You can't slide them in. Jawan Johnson got to be in there if you can. Because Spencer
Yeah,
Rattler's looked okay
he's
and
fine.
he's doing his thing. So, but Kamara in your lineups always, and
Olave.
what you Olave, is he in there? You like Olave like that this week though, or
I don't like Olave period ever, but I
yeah,
mean, there's worse you can do, I guess. I mean, the targets are there, and he's probably good for about 7 or 8 points, but
yeah,
I'm not high on Olave, but 7.5 to the Seahawks. I hate the Seahawks.
yeah.
I think they're trash. But
You think
where
New
would you
Orleans could
side on
cover
them?
that? I would side for them to cover. The 7.5. I just think
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
I
tough,
like
bro.
it.
It's tough.
I like New Orleans at plus 7.5.
Yeah. And what about Kenneth Walker? We back on it. Kenneth Walker all the way. Is the man in Seattle or
And I don't know who the man is. They just kind of play hot hand. I feel like
yeah,
whoever's running the ball better that game. I feel like they're gonna just ride that hot hand. And yeah, but Kenneth Walker's definitely in. Charbonnet probably not. JSN obviously, and then I'd check out on Seattle on that. What do you think about Sam Darnold in this game? DFS.
yeah? I think he's a solid DFS play. Um, Other than that, I mean, in truth, I haven't even paid attention to Sam Darnold too much. I know JSN's popping off, but
He
you
hadn't
know,
done a whole lot.
yeah. Uh, I mean,
This
JSN's obviously in your lineups, but
this game. You're right about this one. Well, this will probably be like if I could skip one game this week, it would probably be this one. I don't.
oh
I don't care. I don't care a single bit about
yeah,
this game.
I could care less. I just know JSN's in your lineup and Kenneth Walker's in your lineup. Jawan Johnson needs to be in your lineup if you can get him in, and Kamara's
Kamara.
in your lineup. So and me and Craftman, we like New Orleans to cover. How about that?
That
That's some good
sounds
ass
good.
some good ass analysis for your ass. All right, we got Dallas and Chicago. And look, this is I only got one bet locked in, and it's Dallas. And that's because it's a pickle. I don't even think Dallas is that good, but I don't think Chicago's that good either. I know Chicago's at home. This line, I was kind of surprised by it being a pickle. Maybe Dallas is just. They was just in a shootout with a Giant, so it's like
At
obviously
home.
they're bad. But yeah, at home, so they're obviously bad. But it's like, is Chicago really about to win? Like, I don't know. This one's just a tough one for me to think that Caleb Williams and all of them are about to beat the Cowboys. They could though. Hey,
They
if you look
are.
at it, their roster's better than the Cowboys roster. I feel like. So
Maybe.
I don't know.
I,
It's. I just don't care about the Bears either. It's like, what are the Bears about to do? So Dallas money line, that's where I'm sitting at. But as far as football goes, CD obviously, Pickens obviously, Prescott obviously, Javante obviously. You ain't sitting Javante, the running back
hell
three
nah.
this year. I mean, hell, dead
Killing
wrong
it.
about Javante, and I don't even think. The thing is, Javante really don't even look that bad. It ain't like it's just a volume play. He's actually doing some things out there, and he scored 3 touchdowns in 2 weeks. So I'd still sell high on his ass, but
I don't
especially
know if I
dynasty.
would. Yeah, in
Yeah, that's true,
dynasty.
man.
In dynasty,
In dynasty,
probably.
you have
But
to, but redraft, that one's gonna be a little. Yeah, I might hold on to him because
well, I
Miles
mean,
Sanders sucks.
you say sell high, but like when I started thinking about what running backs I could possibly get for him, I'm like, I don't know, like Javante or Kenneth Walker rest of the season. Javante Brees Hall, Javante James Conner. It's like who
He
could
might be better
you
than all them
possibly?
guys.
I know that's what I'm saying. You're not getting the
Yeah,
top tier guys, so you're kind of
that's
lost in
true.
that. You
So
know,
just hold him and put him in your lineup. They have to use him. He's the only. When I watch Miles Sanders play, he's just not that good. So
he sucks.
he does suck. It's so funny. I was so high on him when he got traded to the Panthers. Remember that? That's
Yeah,
talk about like my biggest flop of a take. That was it. The Miles Sanders one couldn't have been worse. But
or
um,
Deontay Johnson to the Panthers. Anybody to the Panthers.
yeah,
Now you see why I didn't like Ted McMillan to the Panthers.
that is true. But Deontay Johnson, I think he had some good games with the Panthers at first. That
Don't
might,
we hate on the Browns a whole lot, but guess who was with the Panthers? Baker Mayfield was with the Panthers also
yeah,
on scout team.
that is true. All right, Chicago. Yeah, my boy Roma Dunze is wide receiver 4 on the year, so it could
Good
be. I know
call.
it's just 2 weeks, but he could be one of the best values in your redraft. So at least he is so far. Um, what about the rest of these fools though? I don't
DeAndre
know.
Swift is
Yeah,
he's in your lineup. He's been getting a shit ton of work. So
no,
probably DJ Moore's in. You got to start receivers against Dallas after last week. I mean,
yeah,
when Wandell and everybody else is going off,
beast.
I think Chicago wins though. I really do.
Yeah,
I'm not impressed by Chicago at all, but their offense has looked halfway decent at times, and Dallas, I still don't trust them on defense. In Chicago, they're going to play better defense at home, so I kind of like the Bears in this game. It'll be the first time I'll ever say that, but the over/under is at 50.5.
yeah, dude.
That is
Might be
weird to me.
expecting a little shootout, I guess. Well, I can see it. If Dallas defense is gonna be like, the Giant. Dang, I just don't can't even get a sentence out, man. Giants just tore. Oh, Russell Wilson was cooking them motherfuckers, man.
No,
Throwing
man.
bombs, bro. It's just so funny, man. Yeah. Hey, the over could hit. I'm sure the public's on the over. I don't got the
You
stats right in
think?
front of me, but I'm sure the over. Man, have to be. I feel like.
I kind of
I
think this
mean,
game's gonna go under that. I don't know, man.
if you in a shootout with the Giants, it's like I feel like you got to be in a
But they
shootout with the
weren't in a shootout
Bears.
with the Eagles, though.
Well, that's because the Eagles are just way better. You ain't gonna be in. Well, I don't know. This
Yeah,
game's a little confusing, I guess. I still like Dallas to win, but you're right. I mean, you might have kind of swayed me a little bit, but it's to me, it's like one of those things when you gamble. It's like you don't want to put money on the Falcons because it's the Falcons. Like they do dumb shit. It's like this one's another one. It's the Bears, bro. Am I really gonna
yeah.
put some money on the Bears? Like, I don't know if I'll be able to sleep at night.
I tell you,
But
I put on that. I put on the game because I just be putting on like old games to go to sleep to, and I put on Detroit and Chicago last night, and I just got. I didn't even watch much, but it was just funny because the broadcast was like the strong point of this Chicago team is this defense, and I was just like, and then what happened next was Detroit put 55 on their ass. I was like,
oh man,
I just love seeing shit like that. I like
oh
Chicago's
yeah.
funny, man. They're funny to watch.
Arizona, San Francisco, tough one right here. I mean, man, the line's at 2.5. We got Mac Jones and then we got the 49ers are just straight up beat up, man. They just beat up. But the thing is with the Cardinals is they're goofy
Kyler.
too. They're just as goofy as any of these teams. So I
Uh,
don't even know what to think about it. The Cardinals really just aren't that good, but
they had the Saints and the Panthers first 2 weeks.
yeah, and it really was wanting to lose that game versus the Panthers last week. They was just
They tried.
trying to get that shit away. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'd be a little concerned about Marv, and it's not because I don't think Marv's a bad football player, but I think sometimes styles don't fit. I just don't think Kyler Murray and Marv are the right style for each other. That's why I always say things about Jameson Williams and Jared Goff. Like Jameson Williams is not Jared Goff's style. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not just slinging the ball and throwing
I
jump ball.
mean,
Well, they're
I
different
mean,
players, but Kyler's,
JMO's
you know,
eating.
Kyle. Yeah. Well, I mean, what's J-Mo really doing? I ain't
He's
even.
eating.
He had one good game, one bad game.
Everybody scored against the
Okay.
Bears last week.
Well, I guess my thing was with Marv is like, how many times is Kyler just gonna throw it up for grabs for Marv to just make a play?
And he
I
don't
just
make the plays either. On
right.
It's not all on Kyler. Marv don't make no plays. Marv's just
It's
not that good. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Marv's not that good.
he might not be, man. He
Uh,
definitely ain't worth the hype coming out like generational talent type stuff. Like that ain't.
yeah, Neighbors is way better. Adunze's better.
Yeah,
He
I
just
know.
ain't that good.
He might not
Not
be the
right now.
guy.
Not right now. He's not.
The thing is like Marv's not producing, but then when you see McBride, and it's like, it's just more of what Kyler's gonna do. Like I just think it's more of like being in the spot at the right time, more time and stuff like that. I just don't think Kyler throwing jump balls. It's just not.
He
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
not gonna produce.
And
So
Kyler don't get
I'm
the
a little
ball out
worried.
quick. So
Yeah.
freaking
So I don't
Kyler.
know. I'm worried a little bit, but James Conner in your lineups. Uh, who else? I'm
Did you
just trying to think.
did you forget about McCaffrey? Or do
McCaffrey.
you
Well,
just not
yeah.
want to mention him because he's obviously
No,
in your lineups?
I just hadn't even gone on the 49ers. But yeah, McCaffrey, obviously. And I would look for McCaffrey to have a big game this week because they have no other options. And I think he'll just dominate Arizona. I know Jawan Jennings is questionable. I hadn't heard the news if he's actually a go this week. But I know he had a big game last week. And Ricky Pearsall was probably in your lineups.
If you can
Most
get
likely.
Pearsall, yeah, if you can get Pearsall in, I think you play him over like Olave, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, big time.
What
I
what
mean,
about like Waddle
I,
against
I,
Buffalo?
I would. I'd get him in my lineup. I know me and Noah Bubble Blow are going to slide him in this week. I think we had him in last week, but we'll slide him in again this week. So,
Yeah, I'd probably keep playing Pearsall for now.
this was going to be an interesting game, though. Who wins the game?
Um, man, I think Arizona wins. I'm not
Yeah,
confident on this one though.
underdogs.
I'm really not confident on it. But I could see San Francisco just so beat up, and McCaffrey, he's been getting a ton of work, but they really haven't run the ball effectively. I don't know. I don't think McCaffrey's gone over 70 yards on the ground yet.
Right.
But you know, Arizona always plays San Fran pretty tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll
Gonna
be it'll be a close game, but
maybe the
Mac Jones
Cardinals.
might come out there and shit a brick this week.
it's crazy. The Cardinals might have just drew a good card, like getting Saints and then getting the Panthers, and then Mal playing a backup quarterback. Like sometimes you just get lucky like that. So I
Who
don't
do
know.
you think wins?
I want to say Arizona, but I know the poor man P. Miller's got Arizona, so it's a tough one. But
That means
I
it's
don't.
San Fran if all three of us say it's
Yeah,
Arizona.
that's probably true. San Fran's at home too, so I don't know. And Mac Jones, he ain't gonna be terrible out there. Like Mac Jones he's serviceable, and you know, you know what? Maybe San Fran does win. Now that I think about it, all right. Kansas City versus the Giants. The spread's
Sunday
minus
night.
6. Sunday night football. Russ cooking. He back on it, man. Russ is back. He got his guys out there. I really think this will be a low scoring game. Personally, the Chiefs never really covered the spread. The spread's at 6. Even dating back to last year, Chiefs never covered the spread like that. I don't really. I just think this game's gonna be low scoring. Personally, I don't know if they'll cover because I don't think the Giants are gonna score that much. Like you just torch the
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys, but you're not about to do nothing like that against the Chiefs. The Chiefs defense is good. So I would look for this to be more of a lower scoring type game. But Neighbors is obviously in your lineup, and what you think about the backfield for the Giants with Scattaboo? And it looks like Scattaboo might be trying to make a push to get more and more work over Tyrone Tracy. But you know,
Hey,
how about this, Kraft man? Also, you can answer that one. But Wandale Robinson, would you toss him in your lineup?
probably not against Kansas City. In a PPR league, Wandale's always probably a decent play. He's very surprising with the amount of receptions he gets. Um, even last year, I think he had like 90 something receptions last year. So Wandale's always involved. And Neighbors in. I don't really expect a big game out of Neighbors. I was debating taking the under. I think it was like 75.5, but I ain't fucking with that. I don't think.
Yeah,
But yeah, I kind of think the Giants, they're not going to win, but plus 6.5, I think they might cover this game. Kansas City just ain't that good right now.
yeah,
Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, like, what are they doing back there in the backfield? I don't really know. I wouldn't be. Rashard Smith gives him the biggest, he seems like he has the most juice right now in that running back room. So they might end up. I wouldn't be surprised if Rashard Smith gets a lot of playing time, like back half of the year for Kansas
yeah,
City.
yeah. I agree. I mean, I would look for Giants to cover. I honestly just kind of like the under. It's set at 45, the line I'm looking at. So I just kind of like the under. I just kind of imagine the game being a little close, a little.
Me, I don't want to watch it. I might go to sleep on this one.
Yeah, it'd be a good Sunday night to do something with your old lady or something. Talk about I'm gonna skip football and we gonna hang out. Might be a good
Yeah.
one. uh,
It'd be like the Giants and the Cowboys last week.
yeah. Hey, the truth is though, Sunday night football when that dun, 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 when that music comes on, yeah, everybody gonna be glued to the TV. I might be sitting there watching it too. But I'm ready to move on
Mate,
unless you got anything else you want to add.
I was just gonna say maybe Russ will finally enter that stage of just old veteran don't give a shit. Like just
Yeah.
go out there and start slinging the ball around like Jameis or something. Just like I already made my money, might as well just go out here and toss this thing around.
I agree 100% with that. If I was Russ, I would do that too.
Just
like Joe Flacco,
yeah.
Joker just slinging it. I'm 45. I might as well just come in there and just throw bombs all day.
I hope he reaches that
uh,
point, man. Be good for
all right, Monday Night
Giants.
Football, Detroit,
What a
Baltimore.
game.
This is a
Yeah.
good game, and man, and I'm off work for this one, man. It works out like I'll be working on the weekend, so I get to see the early slate games, but I'll miss some of the afternoon spots and Sunday night football. But when you get a Monday night football matchup like this, it's all worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't wait to watch Detroit versus Baltimore. Because I
You're
don't really know what's going to happen. The over and under is set at 52.5,
God.
so they're expecting points. Everybody, if you got whoever you got on your team, they're in your lineup. Like Henry's in your lineup, Zay's in your lineup,
Maybe
J-Mo's in your
Bateman's in
lineup,
your
Amon
lineup.
Ra, yeah, Bateman, Amon Ra, Gibbs,
Hopkins.
Montgomery, Hopkins. Everybody's if you got them, if you could
Um,
slide them in, I'd slide them in. I'd make it work. So
it's Mark Andrews in your lineup.
Mark Andrews will not be in my lineup under any circumstances. He's finished. That dude is done.
He caught a touchdown last week, and
I
then he
don't
got
care.
knocked out. And then he got knocked out. But he had it. It
Oh
was right there in his hands.
man, I don't know, man. I just don't want Andrews. But the thing is, obviously, in the league that me and you have, man, we got two better options than Andrews, so he really ain't even on my radar like that. So I wouldn't put him in, but he is a tight end. So if you really feel, how about this? Let me be a little more objective. In a 52.5 over and under game, and in a world where tight ends don't do all that, maybe you should slide Mark Andrews up in there. Maybe. Personally, I would try to avoid it though.
Yeah, I'm not playing Andrews. I mean, it was kind of like last year though. Mark Andrews sucked for the first couple weeks, but
Yeah,
he's always a good bet to score a touchdown.
that's true. Who do you think the spread's at 5.5? I know the poor man likes Detroit to cover. No, he likes Baltimore to cover the spread at 5.5. I was telling him, I don't know, man. This one's
Yeah,
tough. It's gonna be a shootout though. I know that.
I got it at 4.5, and I think Baltimore beats the brakes off the Lions.
Yeah. Heck,
I
maybe.
think
I don't
I
know.
think Baltimore is the best team in the NFL. I mean, other than them and the Packers right now. But Baltimore had that game against Buffalo. They did some weird shit, lost it. But playing in Baltimore, Detroit, they're somewhere in between where they were with the Packers and when they were with against Chicago. I still think new offensive coordinator and everything. You got Baltimore, got a decent defense out there. I kind of that Detroit gives up too many big plays on defense to get away with to just get away with it. And Baltimore is going to exploit it. I think Flowers has a really big game. Henry's going to do good. And Detroit, they're going to score some, but I don't know, man. That's just where I'm at. I think
Yeah.
Detroit's defense just they give up too many big plays, and Baltimore is going to kill them.
Yeah, this was gonna be a good game. It's gonna be exciting, and I can't wait. And like we said, everybody's in your lineups. The spread's at 4.5, 5.5. We'll see where it's at by Saturday and Sunday when a lot of y'all start placing your bets and stuff.
I think it'll go down. Do
Yeah,
you think it'll go up or down?
I, I think a lot of people would probably pick Detroit plus the points
Yeah,
before
yeah, I
they would
kind of
take
did too.
Baltimore to cover. So I agree. I think I'm with you. I think it will go down. A tough game. I think Baltimore. Yeah, like you said, they beat the brakes off of them. I'll wait and see. I do think Baltimore wins the game. So if you got a big money line parlay going on, I'd take Baltimore. Shout out to C Swizzy, by the way. The dude hit like a 8 leg or 10 leg parlay this week. Made $1,300. So shout out to Swizzy.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm like, damn, I might just. It's funny because before the beginning of the year, I was saying I was going to do a parlay of money lines every week. I just forgot to do it because I'm just strictly on my single bets. But parlay money lines ain't that a bad idea. You know what I mean? I kind of like some of them. So, but yeah, Baltimore, Detroit, gonna be a good game. I expect Baltimore to win, and that concludes the whole slate. And I know this episode's a little long because we went through every game, but there'll be a lot of bye weeks and stuff going on here soon. So, not every episode, me and Craftman will be grinding it out all the time, but tonight we did, and everything you need to know for week 3. Check out what me and the Craftman has just said. Craftman, you want anything for the week 3 slate, or for the people in general, or anything you just want to say?
Well, I want you to before we get off, and I know you're gonna do the gambling episode later. Is there any what games did you like this week? Like I know you're gonna mention in the next one, but I just want to kind of go back and forth where me and you are at as far as if you just pick
Yeah.
2 or 3 games.
Well, the games that I'm gonna really think about is Denver and Chargers, and then Arizona and San Fran a little bit. The Giants to cover possibly, and then we'll see another. Oh, Panthers to cover. Those are gonna be my main ones that I kind of take a look at. And Tampa Bay to -6.5. I might just lock that one in straight up without looking at any
Yeah.
data.
Hey, I
So
kind of like, yeah, I'm with you on that one. The only other one that I kind of that you didn't mention, I like Houston, but I know you're on the Jags. But I
It's a
like where
little
your head's
tough.
at on all them other ones we talked about today.
Yes, sir. Gonna make that money. And the Fake Stuff Podcast crew is on that grind. Every week we are grinding it out, making that money, and then we have a good week. We don't get cocky, we don't get excited. We put our head down, get back in the lab, and do that shit again. And then we do it 17 times a year. You know what I'm saying? Crap.
Oh yeah, it's
uh,
17 times a year. I just got to tell you on that gambling podcast, if Noah sends you kickers, you better mention them kickers. I don't want to hear it for 2 days about how his kickers didn't get mentioned on the podcast because he loves his stupid little 1.5 field goal kickers. But those are
I
always some good bets, man.
They really are some good bets. When it's so funny because when he sent me those kicker ones, it didn't even cross my mind to say it on the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid
Oh
kickers.
man, so funny, man. But yeah, man, I will, because every bet we place, I'm gonna put it on the podcast and let everybody see what we doing. Hey, we're pretty transparent with what we do. Like we keep it up. If we had bad weeks, we're saying we had bad weeks. Week 1 we had a bad week. Week 2 we had a great week. I guess I'll talk about it more on the gambling podcast. But Craftman, anything you want to say to the good people out there that have been listening and sharing and just talking some football?
I'm good, man. Just appreciate everybody for getting on and listening. I know it was a long slate of games. There was a couple of them that might be a little nasty games, but you got some good ones this week. I do hate you mentioned your work schedule. You're gonna miss the Chargers game, probably.
Yeah, I am. I will. I might watch it, but it won't be live, and I already know the result. But some of those good games, I like to go back and watch some of them. But yeah, man, can't wait. Can't wait for this slate. Can't wait for college football on Saturday. Can't wait for it all, man. So everybody, thank y'all for listening to the podcast, and thank y'all for being involved with what we do. Play some fantasy football with us, everybody. Come join a league with us next year, and come make some money with us. But with that said, we are out.
Peace.